I have been in a very weird place lately, man. Because my first video just dropped and it was like 6 views. And that was kind of the most views I've ever gotten, to be fair, in a day. So I was kind of impressed, low-key. But I wanted to make this video because I've realized that this shit is low-key gonna be slow. And in order for me to make more content, I actually need to enjoy the content I'm making. I actually need to like my job, you know what I'm saying? Surprise, surprise, I need to fucking like the job I'm doing. Anyways, you know what this video is gonna be about? It's about why niggas hate school. And I've already
2,000 years later.
I thought about this a lot. I've murmured about this shit since last night, so I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm equipped. I have reasons why niggas don't fuck with school. And reason number one is you have to talk to random niggas. Again, contrary to popular belief, most people, they don't like talking to people they ain't familiar with. Yeah, school offers friendships, you get to socialize and shit, but when it comes to you having to small talk with niggas that you don't know, school forces you to do that. Yeah, it fucking does. Because here's the thing, if you have a project that you have to do in school and a teacher, I don't know, organizes you, man, instead of you, man, choosing your teammates, the teachers choose your teammates for that project, you're not gonna know certain people. And here's the thing again, sometimes this fucking happens to me too. Sometimes, especially my physics project, I'm gonna get a nigga that I don't really like, someone that I don't want to talk to, someone that's on the blacklist that I want to put on a t-shirt but I can't put on a t-shirt. You see, you know what I'm saying, because I'll go to prison and put a guy on a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate that nigga, bro. Sometimes you get organized with your ops and you have to, again, if you want to know the nigga I'm talking about, watch the other video. I talked about that nigga in the other video. If you want to know who I'm talking about, the context is in the other video. It's a shit video, but watch it. So, as I was saying, as I was fucking saying, sometimes you get organized with your ops and you have to work with them. You have to try to collaborate with them. And that pisses me off, because why do I want to speak? Why do I have to speak to him? It annoys me, bro. Why do I have to speak to this person? Why do I have to speak to that person, bro? I don't know you, or I just don't fucking like you. So why do I have to speak with you? That's one of the shit that I hate. And for the people who you don't know, like, nigga, you have to be the bigger man, because those people are usually shy. So sometimes you have to be the bigger man, go to them, level up that social skill stat that you don't really have, that's on cobwebs and shit. You have to pull that shit out of you and do some small talk. You know what I'm saying? So that humans can get to know each other and shit. Especially if the project is really, really long. That's my experience, though. That's I'm just speaking from personal experience.
Bro, what are you talking
Number two, the teachers. The teachers piss me off. See, if school was an environment where you learn bullshit, which you do, I think most of the things you learn in school is bullshit.
That's the most
If it was an environment where you learn bullshit and then you got some teacher who is the coolest nigga you've ever seen, you are not gonna complain. You're gonna treat it as a minor inconvenience on some days, but it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. School is gonna be alright to you. But the problem is, you got teachers who know their shit. I will admit, sometimes they know their shit, but they're not funny. They don't tell jokes. They're not engaging, and they just think, yeah, fucking listen to the lesson. No, nigga. If, again, I've said this before, and I'll say again, I've said this before to the niggas that are my friends and shit. If a student is sleeping in your lesson, if half of the class is sleeping in your lesson, and then you talking about some, it's their fault, nigga, it's your fault, bro. You're not charismatic enough. Why the fuck are you teaching? And that's one of the things I will say time and time again. I will say that if you want to become a teacher, like, you have to have a certain level of wittiness and charisma to you. You can't just be a teacher, because again, the generation now is fried. TikTok dopamine brains, bro. We need constant dopamine. Again, dopamine, hits and hits and hits. We're addicted to that shit. Like how crackheads are addicted to cocaine. We need that. So if you can't supply that, there's no way we can focus. Now, let me make this fucking clear. If you are the type of nigga to be sleeping in the lesson, yeah, you suffer bad grades. But the main reason why people sleep in the lesson is because of a boring lesson. That's the reason why. If the lesson is interesting, I'm not sleeping on the lesson. I'm not sleeping in the lesson. I'm only sleeping if it's boring as shit. So that's that. I hate teachers who have zero charisma to them. Zero charisma to them. I hate those kind of teachers. At least as a teacher, try to keep the student engaged. Try to make jokes. Try to bring a funny fact about the topic. Anything. Try to be as engaging as possible. Because as a teacher, your job isn't only to teach. Your job is to make the student interested in the topic. To do further research and actually learn the topic, not just memorize bullshit they need to memorize. Your job is to instill passion. That's what your job is. And for that, you need wittiness. You need to be funny. You need charisma to it, bro. You can't just be there and expect niggas to listen to you, bro. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. That's not how it works.